to follow up on that, when Jesus said, "My Father and I are one," he was saying that my Father, the same Spirit that my Father have, I have it too. Everything my Father know, I know it too. Because my Father and I have the same identity, the same nature, which is a nature of perfect love and perfect insight. But and he was saying that so you would know that you can have it too. You can have the same, you could be into the same nature that Christ had and have, you can have it too right here on earth. You do not have to wait until you die. You can have perfect insight, perfect peace, and have a perfect life right here on earth. But you must overcome the anger. You must be born again. You must become aware of the thoughts, and that all thoughts at all times are all lies about anything. No such thing as a true thought. And every time you believe a thought, you're worshiping the devil. You and the devil are one. You're agreeing with evil. Because Satan lives in your mind. And he has no power, he has no authority, he's been defeated. But you believe him, and because you believe him, you become one with him, and you start acting like him. Fear. Fear controls your whole life. Everything you do it in fear. Oh, if I don't smile, they're gonna think I'm mad. Or if I don't do this, he or she gonna think I don't love them. If I don't do this, you're living in fear because your nature is one with Satan and not with God. But I promise you, if you were to practice being present, that would change automatically. Your mind will be clear. It will be cleared up, and the demon and all his little spirit will leave you. Because demons live in human beings. They live through human beings. That's why human beings are so evil. They're wicked because they have agreed with Satan, and they have one nature with the devil. And so look how human beings treat each other. And they make up excuses about it. Excuses, right? Human beings do not love one another. We're supposed to love one another. We're supposed to love our enemies. You don't love your enemy. You love your so-called friends. And you definitely don't love your enemies. You don't love yourself, in all honesty, because if you love yourself, you would never judge. There is no self to judge. There is no you. It's all thoughts. You think there's you, and there's no you. You got to overcome the thoughts, and you'll have perfect peace. But you got to overcome the thoughts, and you're not going to overcome the thoughts until you stay present. You got to stay present, instead of being lost in your head, walking down the road, or you're driving down the road. You're so busy about thinking what's going to happen when you get there that you don't realize you're driving down the road. Next thing you know, you're ready to park. You don't even know how you got there because you're unconscious. You don't need to be unconscious. You don't need to be. You don't need to be. Satan is a liar. He's been defeated. And he made a promise that everything God does, he's going to imitate it. He's going to pretend he's God. Look at the people who read the Bible. They read the Bible up and down, in and out, upside down, quote the scripture, and yet they don't have perfect peace. They're unhappy, they're lonely, they're sad. And you shouldn't be wanted for anything. I told you this, you're not to want for anything. And what did you do? You wanted for everything. You shouldn't want for love. You shouldn't want to be liked. You shouldn't want to be a part of a group. Matter of fact, I urge you not to be a part of a group because the group is never looking for salvation. The group are not looking for the truth. They just validate each other in their misery. Oh, I'm a drunk? That must be okay because my friend is a drunk too. Or they said it was fine, right? Groups do not look for peace. I would ask, 8 in the morning in the office, y'all remember when Christ was out teaching, and they said that a whole bunch of people came. It was a whole bunch of people, right? And there were so many people, they had to feed them and stuff like that. And so they fed them fish and bread. That was Jew bread.
2 fish, 5 loaves of bread.
Thank you, Raymond. And then when they was done eating, they left. And only a few stayed and heard the truth. The crowd don't look for the truth. The one does. The few people look for the truth. Most people don't look for the truth. They're not around you because they want the truth. They're not coming to church because they want the truth. They come to church to be validated, to feel like they're a Christian, for you to think that they're a Christian. But they're not coming for, they're coming for the fish and the bread. They're not coming for the truth. The truth does not exist with the crowd. The truth is never, 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 never exists with the organizer or the organized. You got to learn to stand alone. Because if you can't stand alone, you're in hell and you never will be happy. You got to be willing to go through this thing by yourself and be willing to let whatever people say and think about you or do, let them do it so you can see where you are if you're still bothered by the world. Christ came not to condemn the world, but for us to overcome the world. And you can't overcome the world. So, but you got to get serious about your life. There's no reason to be passionate. Sound like Oprah. Sorry. Oprah gave away a few cars. Oh, everybody get a car. Yes. I'm so passionate. I'm going out and get me a job. I'm going to get me an education. I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to get me a white, beautiful, blonde wife. I'm only saying blonde because you white. If you were black, I would be saying a fro. All right? But drop the passion. Don't ever compete with anyone. Don't try to be like anyone. Speak up, but don't resent. So your assignment for this coming year is this whole year. And I promise you, if you do this, you're going to be free. You can't change yourself. The Spirit of the Father will change your mind and give you a new mind. I want you to practice, encourage you to practice being present this whole year coming up. That's the assignment. Any questions about that?